What if I told you that the fastest way to achieve your dream isn't waiting, wishing, or hoping, but walking like you already own it? That's not arrogance, that's alignment. Because life does not give you what you want, it mirrors who you are. And the man who acts like it's already his receives it. Think about it. When Henry Ford envisioned his assembly line, the world laughed. He didn't have proof. He didn't have approval. He didn't even have investors who believed. But he walked with certainty, as if the automobile revolution was already unfolding. And because he moved like it was his, it became his. Thomas Edison wasn't stumbling in the dark. He was walking as if the light bulb already existed. That's why over 10,000 failures didn't break him. Each setback wasn't proof of defeat. It was evidence that he was already holding the future in his hands. Andrew Carnegie didn't begin with wealth. He began with belief. He acted like he was already indispensable, already valuable, already rising. And because he carried himself like that man, the world treated him as that man. Here's the truth. Most people will never accept. You don't get what you deserve. You don't get what you hope for. You don't even get what you pray for. You get what you embody. The man who carries himself like he's already wealthy attracts wealth. The man who moves like a leader gains followers. The man who speaks with certainty shapes reality around him. But the man who hesitates, who doubts, who waits for proof, he confirms his own limitation. So here's the question: what would change if today you walked like it was already yours? Would you hold your head higher? Would you speak with more conviction? Would you work with more focus and urgency? Would you finally stop waiting for permission? This isn't fake it till you make it. This is decide it, then display it until it defines you. Because identity precedes destiny. And until you wear the crown, no one will hand it to you. Say this out loud right now. It's already mine. Say it again. It's already mine. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Because the second you decide it and act like it, life begins rearranging itself to catch up. But I need you to hear me. Acting like it's yours is not pretending. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about embodying the future version of you so completely that the present has no choice but to rise. And here's the test: if you can't even commit to the smallest action, like subscribing to this channel to lock in your daily mindset upgrade, you're not serious about rewriting your life. Because the first proof of transformation is taking immediate decisive action. So prove it now. Don't drift. Don't wait. Subscribe. Because the man who acts like it's his receives it. Let me tell you a secret most men never learn. The universe doesn't reward effort, it rewards certainty. You can grind for years, chase opportunity, beg for recognition, and still come up short. Why? Because you moved like a beggar, not an owner. You acted like a man trying, not a man possessing. Look at Abraham Lincoln. During the Civil War, he wasn't just hoping for victory. He carried himself with the posture of a president whose union was already preserved. Even when the nation was split in two, he radiated the presence of a man whose outcome was inevitable. That certainty became contagious. His generals felt it. His people felt it. And eventually, reality bent to it. This is the hidden law. Reality bends to identity. If you see yourself as broke, your actions align with scarcity, and your results confirm it. If you see yourself as powerful, your choices align with strength, and your results multiply it. Identity is not created after success. Identity births success. The mistake people make is waiting. Waiting until the paycheck increases before they think wealthy. Waiting until someone validates them before they feel confident. Waiting until doors open before they walk like they belong. But here's the harsh truth. The doors never open for the man who waits. They only open for the man who knocks like he already lives inside. Think about Edison again. Over 1,000 patents, endless sleepless nights. Do you think he hoped for recognition? No. He embodied the inventor's certainty, long before the world caught up. That's why the world had no choice but to bend. Henry Ford didn't try to revolutionize transportation. He decided. And then he acted like a man whose vision was already unstoppable. Andrew Carnegie didn't ask, will anyone notice me? He became so valuable that ignoring him became impossible. Do you see the pattern? They weren't waiting for permission. They were moving with inevitability. And that's the shift you must make. You say you want transformation. You say you want wealth, success, impact. But are you carrying yourself as if it's already here? Or are you waiting for a miracle before you move? Because here's the truth. A miracle is not coming. A moment of certainty is. And that moment is right now. Let me speak directly to you. The version of you who hesitates, he dies today. The version of you who doubts, he's buried here. From this moment forward, you act like it's already yours. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now, walk differently. Speak differently. Work differently. Move like the man who already received the thing he used to chase. And when people look at you confused, when they whisper, who does he think he is? Smile, because that's proof you're walking in an identity they haven't caught up to yet. Remember this, the world resists the man who hesitates, but it bows to the man who moves with certainty. Here's the paradox of life. The man who waits for proof never sees it, but the man who walks with certainty always creates it. Why? Because proof follows belief, never precedes it. When you act like it's already yours, something shifts, not just inside of you, but around you. People sense it. Opportunities notice it. Even obstacles bow to it. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who walked into a room and you just knew they were in command? They didn't need to announce it. They didn't need to brag. Their certainty was louder than words. That's the magnetic energy of a man aligned with his future. That is what you must cultivate. And here's the best part. You don't need permission. You don't need resources. You don't need applause. All you need is the decision. Say this out loud. I already have it. I already am it. And now I walk in it. Because the moment you shift your posture, the world shifts its posture toward you. Andrew Carnegie's rise wasn't a straight line. He was born into poverty. He had no wealth, no status, no easy start, but he carried himself like a man destined for more. He went the extra mile. He exceeded every expectation. And soon the world responded by treating him as the man he already believed himself to be. Charles M. Schwab wasn't a technical genius, but he became one of the most powerful steel executives in history. Why? Because he embodied confidence, influence, and value long before his paycheck reflected it. He didn't say, pay me more, then I'll deliver. He delivered more until the world had no choice but to pay him more. That's the law. The world pays you after you become it, not before. So stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone to validate you. Stop waiting for a title to feel like a leader. Stop waiting for money to show up before you think wealthy. Stop waiting for applause to start walking like you matter. Because the delay is the deception. The waiting is the chain. The hesitation is the thief. What if today you moved like the man you're becoming instead of the man you've been? What if you walked into the gym like the transformation already happened? What if you showed up to work like your promotion was inevitable? What if you spoke with conviction like your voice already carries influence? Do you feel it? That shift, that spark, that's alignment. And here's the warning. People will doubt you. They'll criticize you. They'll say you're arrogant, delusional, unrealistic. But what they're really saying is this. I'm uncomfortable with a man who moves like he already won. Ignore them, because the world has always ridiculed the man who moved before proof. They laughed at Ford. They mocked Edison. They doubted Carnegie. They dismissed Lincoln. But history doesn't remember the doubters. It remembers the men who acted like it was already theirs. So let them laugh. While they mock, you move. While they wait, you win. Because reality does not bend for the hesitant. It bends for the decisive. Listen carefully, because this is where most men fail. They hear the truth. They feel the fire, But then they go back to living like nothing changed. They wait for tomorrow. They wait for the right time. And tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year. But the man who transforms doesn't wait. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't hope. He decides, and then he acts like it's already his. That's the final step. It's not enough to think it. It's not enough to say it. You must live it. You must embody it until it's undeniable, until doubt can't even find a crack to slip through. That's how you rewire your subconscious. Not by hype, not by inspiration, by repetition of certainty. Say this every morning until it burns into your bones. I am already the man I've been chasing. I walk as if it's done. I move as if it's mine. I live as if the victory is secured. Because here's the truth. When you act like it's already yours, your brain rewires, your nervous system aligns, your energy commands, and the world has no choice but to follow the script you've already written. Think of Edison. 10,000 failed prototypes didn't make him flinch because he had already decided success was inevitable. The light bulb wasn't a dream to him. It was done. Think of Ford. They called him a fool. They mocked his vision. But he walked with certainty. And soon the automobile wasn't fantasy. It was reality. Think of Carnegie. A boy born in poverty. But he carried himself like a builder of empires long before he built one. And eventually the world caught up to the man he already knew himself to be. And now it's your turn. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Now. Walk like it's done. Work like it's done. Speak like it's done. Because it is. This is not motivation. This is mental installation. From this moment forward, hesitation dies. Fear dies. Waiting dies. And in its place certainty lives. Certainty walks. Certainty wins. So if you're truly ready to rewrite your entire life, here's the first test. Hit subscribe right now. Yes, now, not later. Because if you can't commit to a single decision this instant, how will you commit to the bigger ones that shape your destiny? This is your first act of certainty. This is your first proof that you're walking like it's already yours. And when you do, you'll unlock more than videos. You'll unlock an environment, a community, a standard that will carry you into the man you've already decided to be. So make the choice. Act like it's already, because the second you do, the world begins moving to catch up with you. Now go, walk, move, build, like it's already done.